Hi, my name is Yu-sha. Today I'll be presenting you with my practical demonstration in screening and assessment. Today my willing participant is Kyle Roper. Kyle is a former sportsman. He played a lot of football, but he's been active for a long time. So our goal, as Kyle has expressed to me, is to get back into sports, i.e. football, and start playing again at a decent level. But it is going to be a slow and gradual procedure. So welcome, Kyle, to the assessment day. To start off with, I want to go through a couple of questions just to make sure that I know what level of intensity we can take our exercise at. So the first question I want to ask you is, has your doctor ever told you that you have any heart conditions, or do you know of any recent heart conditions that you have? Nothing. Perfect. The second question I want to ask Kyle is, during physical activity, do you ever feel any pain in your chest?
I'm asthmatic.
Asthmatic, okay, cool. Is that something you've developed, or have you suffered with asthma your whole life? You're born with asthma. Has it affected you in playing football? Has it affected you previously? What are your precautions? Do you have an asthma pump?
I just have an asthma pump taken before any physical activity.
Asthma pump before activity, cool. And you have the pump here today? Perfect. The third question I want to ask is, do you ever lose balance because of dizziness, or do you ever lose consciousness? No. Okay, cool. Do you smoke? Have you ever been a smoker? No. Cigarettes? No. Okay. The last question I want to ask you is, are you currently taking any prescription medication?
Just a regular NSAID, anti-inflammatory.
Okay, anti-inflammatory. Okay, perfect. And that is for?
Just swelling,
Blood swelling behind your knee. Okay, was that due to contact in sport, or yeah?
It's just that I had problem with my knee. I've been put on a course.
So perfect. So we'll have to assess that and make the adjustments in the exercise to suit the knee. Okay, perfect. Kyle, the rest of the assessment will be involving measurements. So we will be required to take some body measurements. Your height, your weight, etc. From there we'll move on to a cardiovascular evaluation, which will do a 1.6 kilometer Rockport test, which is called. It's not strenuous at all, but it will give us a nice indication of your heart rate during and after exercise. We'll also do a step test. Again, it's not strenuous, but we'll take the same measurements of your heart rate during and after exercise. After we do the cardiovascular evaluation, we'll do a muscular strength and endurance exercise, where we'll just incorporate a curl up or sit up test, as well as a modified push up test. And then lastly, we'll just do a bit of a flexibility measurement, which will do a sit and reach test. So perfect. Let's move on to the measurements, the body measurements. So Kyle, the next part of our screening and assessment will require us to take some body measurements, including your height, weight. I'm going to take a sum of 7 skin fold test, which we'll do last. But I'm also going to take your resting blood pressure and your resting heart rate. So to start off with, Kyle, I know that you were born in 1991, so that makes you 22 years old. You'll be turning 23 in November. But the first thing we can do is, let's just take your height and weight to start off with. So I've got a scale here. And if you don't mind taking your shoes off, and just jump in on that scale for me. Perfect. And just relax. Okay, so wait. Perfect. Now what we can do is, if I can just let you stand up here, and I can measure your height. Fantastic. All I want to do is measure that position with my measuring tape. Okay, perfect. Now that I have your height and weight, Carl, just have a seat for me. Cool. Now, the next thing I want us to do is I just want to take a reading of your resting blood pressure. To do that, I have a device to assist us. What I require you to do is just place your index finger in the hole. I will then adjust the cuff size, and you can, whenever you're ready, just press start. And that will, can I just adjust the cuff size for you here? And whenever you're ready. This may take a moment, so just bear with us. Can you feel the pressure around the finger? Cool. Okay, hold on a second. And here we go, there's the reading. 116/102. Cool, so I can comfortably tell you now that you're not suffering from hypertension, you don't have high blood pressure. So that's a good thing. Let me just switch this off and move it. Take it down. The last thing I want us to do before we do the Son of 7 skin folds, I just want to take your resting heart rate. So to do that, I need your watch list, and I just want you to relax. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set 10 seconds on my timer, and I'm going to count your heartbeats in that 10 seconds. I'm going to then multiply by 6 so we can get out of 60 seconds, or actually a minute, so we can measure your beats per minute. Okay, so are you ready? I've got the timer set at 10 seconds. Starting now. 0. Perfect. Consistent. We've done that 3 times now, and your resting heart rate is 13. Now we'll take 13 and times that by 60, we get 78 beats per minute. Okay? This brings us now to the next part of our screening. Is I just want to take the sum of 7 measurements. So Carl, if you can just remove your top for me. I'll be using the calipers. The 7 body measurements we're going to take is that we'll start with your tricep, we'll then move on to your ilium, your abdomen, we'll come here on your scapula, we're also going to get your chest and your mid-axillary just below your chest, and then we'll do your thigh, okay? So the first measurement I want to take is just here on your tricep muscle. So what I do is I measure the middle point between your shoulder and your elbow, very quickly. And boom. Nice. I will record all your information here now. I'll keep it all together and I'll tabulate it and give you a hard copy so you can always have it on record. Okay, the next one, let's just have a look at your ilium. So turn and face the camera for me. What I'm going to do is measure 2 finger space above the waistline. Okay. Awesome. Perfect. The next one we'll do is your mid-axillary, which is just below the chest line here. Let me know if you're feeling discomfort a bit. Okay, let's get your chest. So I'm just going to use the area at the lower bottom of the chest here. Awesome. Abdomen. So for your abdomen, I'm just going to measure 1 inch off the side of the belly button, approximately an inch. So let me just grab that. Any discomfort? Feel okay? Okay, perfect. Now, the last of the upper body, let's just do your subscapular. So just turn and face your back to the camera. What I am going to measure is this point at the bottom of the bone. Just like there. Ooh. And perfect. Just record that reading. And lastly, if you can just turn and face the camera again now, I just want to take the measurement of your upper thigh. So just roll it up for me if you can. Hold it there. Now to do this again, I'm just going to take the middle point from above your knee up to your thigh. Just again. Okay. Ooh. Perfect. Excellent. That concludes our screening assessment. What we'll do now is we'll go out into the gym and we'll commence with some of the cardiovascular, muscular strength and endurance and flexibility exercises. So the next part of our assessment will be the cardiovascular evaluation. So what Kyle is going to do is we're going to use the treadmill and Kyle's going to do a 1.6 kilometer walk. In 10 seconds after exercise, I'll record Kyle's beats per minute. I'll record it and we'll work out Kyle's improvements. So Kyle, please. Step test, so I'm going to take his heart rate now in the 10 seconds after the exercise. Let's see, count. So again, I need your left hand. We start the time at 10 seconds. So now multiply that by 6 quickly. Awesome. step test I have, Carl's heart rate reading. What we'll do now is we'll go on to the step test. So the last part of our cardiovascular evaluation, we'll be talking about the step test. As you can see, I have a step available to see the step. And what we'll do is I will record the time on my stopwatch in 3 minutes. And immediately after exercise, I'll record Carl's resting heart rate recovery. So now, in order to get a minimum of 20 steps a minute per minute, standard procedure will go up, down, down. Let me just demonstrate the procedure. Procedure goes like this.
Come have a seat, John.
Next we will be testing or evaluating Carl's muscular strength and endurance, starting with the bent knee curl up. As you can see, we don't have a mat with the tape, so what we've done is I've placed markings. Carl, just move your hands. I've marked out the points where Carl's fingers need to be on the mat on each side, and I will then measure myself. I'm going to do as many sit-ups as possible, and I'll then take a reading. So Carl, just make sure that your fingers comes to 71. Maximum of 75, so we're going to see how many Carl can do. Ready? So 1, 2, 3, to do a total of 40. Next, to evaluate Carl's muscular strength and endurance, we're going to use the push-up test, a modified push-up test. So I'm incorporating a bench. I'm going to give a practical example. So Carl, please remember to have your hands shoulder width apart and ensure that your chest reaches the 5 centimeter mark, which will be my fist. So, pop the legs up and okay, you got it. Cool. So Carl, just jump in there. And just assume the position. Alright, now Carl, you're going to go for as long as you can. Alright, and we'll take the mark when you can. So make sure your chest is my foot. Arm shoulder width apart, shoulder blades wide. And let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 121, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So now I'll just record Carl's reading. Muscular strength and endurance. Last thing we're going to do is we're going to do a flexibility test. For the last part of our assessment and evaluation today, we'll be testing Carol's flexibility. So to do that, we'll be using the sit and reach. So I just want to go through the basic motion with Carol. Just assume a position. How are you feeling, okay? So just have your feet place solid up against the block. Now, at no point must you bend your knees, but put one hand over the other, and then you're going to lean forward and tuck your between your arms, okay? So what we're going to do is, we're going to do it 3 times, we're going to hold it at the highest point for 3 seconds, and record the measurement. Okay, so whenever you're ready, just keep your knees down, and 1, 2, 3, relax. What's up? Let's go again. Maybe a little bit further. So let's see where we go with Okay, so let me just record that now. So we got it.